Okay, we're taking a look at the web form module today. It lets you make things like contact forms, questionnaires, polls, surveys, that kind of thing, and saves it all for you in a database and lets you download spreadsheet versions. It emails you all this stuff when new submissions come in. It's a handy module to have. I'm not going to show you how to install it. It installs just like any other Drupal module, and the configuration, I'm just using the default configuration. As a note, we're using version 5.x-1.7 with Drupal 5.3. This version of the module was released on October 21st, 2007, and recording here on December 3rd, 2007. So to make a new web form, once everything is installed and configured, we go ahead and we just click Create Content, and we'll see that the module has placed a web form content type in for us, so we can just go ahead and click this to start making a web form. So we'll go ahead and do that. And to start off, we'll title our node. And I must have been hungry when I recorded the screencast because it's about lunchtime menus. We'll put in a little description. Signing up for lunch. And a confirmation message. The confirmation message we're using is after the user submits. We could put in a redirect URL if we wanted to. I don't usually do it that way, but you can certainly redirect to another node if that's useful for you. So we're going to go down and save before we do anything else. And this is something you're going to want to do because you can be adding fields at any time. And if you don't remember to hit submit, it doesn't save what you're doing. So we're going to go ahead and do that often. Obviously, there isn't much here yet, so we'll go back and edit it to add some fields. Okay. So now, excuse the dog in the background. Think of fields as components. So we're going to add a new component, and the first one we're going to add is a field set. Field set's really just kind of a container for holding fields, and what's nice about them is it lets you organize the form if you have a lot of fields into several different kinds. But you can see here there's several different kinds. We're going to go over the field set, the select, text area fields today, but there's also a number of other options as well. So as you can see, there's some other options here to do different things, but let's start by making our field set. First of all, whenever you make a new component, it's going to give you a field key. I always leave this as it is. This is just kind of a unique ID that the computer can generate for you. You don't need to worry about it. I don't bother creating anything for that. You can, if you want to, put something else in there, but I don't bother. The label is actually what the user is going to see. So I'm going to, for this field set, put in name and contact information. And we're going to look at some options here for collapsing. So we can make the field set collapsible, which is a nice thing because it can collapse a group of several fields or components into no space, essentially, into one line. So you can temporarily keep it out of the way. And collapse by default, what that does is, when the user first enters the node, it will be that whole group of fields will be collapsed by default. And if you have a big, complicated form, that might be a good option. And we'll also look here at weight. So like in other places in Drupal, you'll see we want to have a weight to see the sorting order of the different items. I want this field set to be at the very top, so I'll give it a weight of -10 and submit it. Now I haven't saved the form yet, so I just added a field, but if I were to move away right now, I'd lose that field. So I'm going to go ahead and submit it, and you can see I have my collapsible field set, all called name and contact information, all set up right here, and that's ready to go. So now we need to add some components or fields to this field set. So let's go ahead and add some more stuff here. And this time, I think we'll add the place for people to put in their name. So we'll just add a text field. And again, we're going to leave the field key alone, and we'll label the field in this particular case as first and last name. Okay, since we've done that, we're not going to put in a default value. We don't really need a description. Everybody knows what a first and last name is. Here's where we can make this mandatory. Right here, you check it, and it won't submit if they don't put in something in this field. It will choose the parent field set of name and contact information and give it a weight of -10 because we want it to be the first item in that field set. So again, now we need to save so we can check our results again. And if we were not saving at this point, we'd lose this field. So we're going to submit, and we can see that first and last name is showing up just like we would expect in our collapsible field set called name and contact information. So next, let's add a couple more fields to this field set. And I think we'll do, at this point, we'll go ahead and add another text field for a phone number. So again, we'll leave the field key alone and put in phone number, or just phone. Not going to make it mandatory this time, and I'll put in name and contact information. I'll give it a weight of -8 this time. So why not -9? Just in case I need to stick something in there later that gives me a spot for it. If I go right to -10, then there's nowhere to put it. So let's add an email field. Email. A couple options on email here. First is to copy the submission of this email to the person who filled it out. Sometimes you want to do that. We can use the user email from Drupal. If you're using a community site, that might be something you want to do. In this case, I'm not. We want to still put it in the same field set, and we'll give it a -6 weight to make it show up at the bottom. Okay, so there we have our name and contact information pretty much all ready to go. So let's give folks a chance to kind of order something for lunch here. So we'll make a field set for their lunch preference. We'll call it a sandwich this time. Need to spell sandwich right here. There we go. And again, I'm going to make this the root is the parent field set, and we'll set this to -8 so that it will be the second field set in the list. And we'll add some fields to this field set now. So we'll go ahead and add a select component, and we'll just go ahead and make checkboxes here for sandwich preferences. So we'll just label this sandwich, I believe. Take preference out of there. And for checkboxes, all we do here is one per line. So we'll give a couple of sandwich here. We got peanut butter and jelly. And we'll go to, let's see what's next. Bologna and mustard. Or Velveeta cheese. Doesn't that sound good? Bologna and Velveeta cheese. And we'll add ham and cheese. And maybe one more. How about roast beef? Okay, there's our sandwich choices. Should probably make this one mandatory. I think I forgot to do that, but there we go. And now we'll go ahead and submit the form to see how it looks. Okay, it's looking pretty good. So people can choose their sandwich type. Now, CAPTCHA to control span is an option. It works well with the webform module. Obviously, you've got to install CAPTCHA for it to work, but I'll choose image in this case, and we'll have a CAPTCHA image as an option for this particular web form. And by the way, there is a nice CAPTCHA screencast, and this is what the form looks like after we're done. I'm looking at it in a different browser just to see what's going on, but we've got our collapsible field sets. We've got our CAPTCHA with the image there to fill out, and people can go ahead and fill this out. So if we were to submit without filling anything out here, you can see that it's not going to let you by. It's going to force the user to actually fill it out, which is going to be helpful for anyone who's trying to administer lunch in this particular case. And that's the basics on how it works. I want to show you a couple of other nifty things. Let's assume that someone went and filled out a couple of results here, and I put in a couple of things here just myself. But we can see under the results tab a bunch of information. We can view the individual results to see what people put in. And we can go and view the other one, see what kind of sandwich they did. Another thing we can do is we can look at analysis of the different fields and see if, how often people left it blank, what kind of values or how long they were, or which preference they chose, and that kind of thing. It gives us a table of the results here. And one thing that's really nice here, particularly for something like an event, it lets you download a spreadsheet compatible CSV file. So if you wanted to make name tags out of a mail merge in Excel, you could do that. And also gives you an option to clear the module, clear the submissions, after you've downloaded them to be ready for a fresh set. And that is basically how the web form module works. I hope that you have found this helpful. And who knows, maybe I'll sneak a few more screencasts in soon. Thanks.